Hi guys, I'm Brett from Brettwood Photo Art, and today we're going to talk to you about a really exciting new product from Nisi Filters. We're talking about the launch of the new Nisi Filters V6 100mm filter holder system. This product's only just been released from Nisi, and we're going to give you a rundown on the product, show you the features and benefits of this product, and do a little bit of a comparison over its predecessor, the V5 Pro kit. And then we'll take a couple of images and show you exactly how the system works, how to set it up on your camera, and we'll show you an image at the end. So let's get down to it. We'll show you the system. Okay, so this is the system here. The V6 system comes in this really neat little carry case. It's a really nice little case. It also has a clip on the back of it where you can actually attach it to your tripod, which is a really nifty idea. Now, something that's really exciting about this product from Nisi is all the feedback that's come and the changes that have come to this product as opposed to its previous model is all come from feedback from photographers out in the field. And I've always been a fan of Nisi products and using the V5 Pro system previously. It's been a fantastic system. I think the market leading system without a doubt. But there's been a few changes in the new V6 system that just make it that extra bit better even again. So we'll show you the setup, and we'll talk about the features and benefits of the new V6 system. So we open up the case. In the case we have the V6 holder itself. It's a really nice redesigned, much more streamlined than the previous model. One thing you'll probably notice immediately if you're already an existing Nisi customer is that they've cut the corners off. And I'll explain why they've done that later. It's a really smart idea. So in the case you have the V6 holder, the 82mm adapter ring, which is basically exactly the same adapter ring that came with the previous model. There is a slight change to this in the way that the circular polarizer fits into it. And they've really taken on board feedback from photographers in the field, and the way they've got the polarizer set up now is really neat. So I'll show you that. The first thing we'll do, we're going to attach this to the camera. My camera here today is my Canon 5D Mark IV. I've got a 16 to 35mm Canon lens on here, so I'm going to attach the 82mm adapter onto my camera. I have already been using this for a couple of weeks, and I've got the 77mm adapter ring screwed onto the back of this already, which will fit onto my 16 to 35 lens. So I'll screw that on. Goes on really easily. Also in the kit, when you buy this kit, you get 4 different adapter rings. You get 67mm, 72mm, 77mm and 82mm. So if you have a lens that isn't one of those sizes, it's a different size, don't panic, because you can also buy additional adapter rings to suit whatever size lens you may have. So we've screwed that on. It goes on really easily, and now we put the filter holder on. Once again, the way to put this on, there is 2 locator lugs on the back of the holder. And you should always have those locator lugs facing the sky, and you should have the clips on the filter holder facing the ground. This is the easiest way to put it on. You put those locator lugs onto the adapter ring at the top, and quite simply just pull this clip at the bottom, and it clips on, and away you go. It's secured to the lens. I'll just talk about the differences now between this and its predecessor, the V5 Pro. The first thing you'll notice immediately is it's much more streamlined and the corners have been cut off. The V5 Pro system before was very square, and this posed a bit of a problem if you were stacking filters. If you had, for example, an ND filter like a 6 or a 10 stop, and then say a graduated filter after that, if you wanted to get the ND filter out of the holder, you had to pull your graduated filter out in order to slide out the ND filter. You no longer have to do that because they've cut these corners off, and this is where they've listened to feedback from photographers in the field, and this is something that I think is just going to make using this system so easy. So because you've got those corners cut off, you'll have the corner of your ND filter exposed, and then you can really easily just push your ND filter out. A couple other things here that they've changed that I think is really nice. The clip system on the V6 holder has also changed. The clip on the back of the holder where it attaches to the lens, they've just sort of re-engineered that, and they've also got a really nice little brass bush in there, and it just clips really smoothly onto the adapter ring. So that's a really nice subtle change, but just makes it a lot easier to use, and it clips on and attaches a lot easier. The other thing, which I think is an awesome idea, they have now integrated a lock system onto the holder. So for example, when you have your ND filters in there, just grab a graduated filter and slide that in. When you've got a filter in there and you've got really bright sun on the left hand side of your image, for example, we often tend to tilt our filters to the side like this, which is a great idea because it's sort of controlling more, graduating the filter more to one side than the other to control the light. But what has happened after a while, sometimes they can move. So what the lock system does, you just tighten this lock up and it locks it in place, it won't move. That is a fantastic idea from Nisi, and again, this is another one of these points that they've listened to from photographers in the field. Apart from that, the only other thing I'm going to show you, the other change, is the way the circular polarizer goes into the 82mm adapter, so I'll explain that to you now. So this is our 82mm adapter here. This is the piece that holds the polarizer. So here's the Nisi landscape polarizer, and it was a good system before, but now it's an even better system. Where the polarizer actually threads into the 82mm adapter, they've just raised that lip there a few millimeters, and it's quite accentuated, and it's really easy to get the polarizer in there, and you can use your fingers a lot easier. So you really just hold the 82mm adapter in the palm of your hand, and you have the polarizer facing the sky, and you just sort of ease that in, and immediately it's just so easy to screw in. You just hold your finger or thumb on the little wheels to stop it from spinning, and then just really, really easily just turn that polarizer into place. Simple. And there's about a 3mm lip there, so it's really easy to get your fingers on that polarizer. So that's another subtle change, but a really positive one. When you're out in the field and you know, you've only got a minute or 3 or 4 minutes of really amazing light, all these little things make a big difference because you can set your gear up with a lot more ease and a lot faster. So that's another fantastic idea. Okay, so that's sort of really the changes in the system as opposed to its predecessor, the V5 Pro system. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and set up, and we're going to take a couple of shots, and we'll show you exactly how to set the system up, how the system works, and then we'll show you a few demo shots at the end of it. So let's get down to that. Okay guys, so we've come out now, we've just repositioned, and we've found ourselves a nice little composition here in front of us, a few nice rocks in the foreground here. So we're just going to take a bit of an image here. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of pink sky behind us. It looks like we may. There's a little bit of colour starting to happen in the sky. And basically another thing, I'll just go away from talking about the Nisi system for a moment. I'm shooting this image as a vertical composition, and really any time I get a situation where I've got a really powerful foreground and I want to simplify my composition, I often shoot a vertical composition, so that's what I'm doing here at the moment. So just explaining here, I've got a 6-stop ND filter already in my V6 filter holder here, and just how easy it is to get this ND filter out with this new design, because the corners have been cut off the holder and the holder's a lot more streamlined than the old holder. It's just so much easier to slide your ND filter out. It leaves the corners of the ND filter exposed, and you just push it and it just comes straight out. It's just really simple and really easy to get the ND filter out. So this to me is probably the best improvement on this filter holder so far. So we're going to set up our composition here. We're going to use a 6-stop ND filter, and we're also going to use a Nisi, my favourite graduated filter actually, which is the Nisi 4-stop, or the 1.2 as they call it. So that's 4 stops, the medium graduated filter. So we'll use that to pull the sky down, and we'll use our polarizer as well, our circular polarizer. Our landscape, this is the Nisi landscape polarizer that comes with the kit. So what that will do is take the glare off the water and really give us a little bit more saturation in our colours as well. So I've already set the composition up here. So basically I'm just going to, I always shoot off the live view on the back of my camera. So I'm just going to set that up with the live view on the back of the camera. My composition's quite okay. I'm sort of relatively happy with that. So I've got about 2/3 foreground, approximately 1/3 sky. I'll spin my polarizer. So the circular polarizer has these 2 little wheels, one on each side, and quite simply you just spin those with your thumb or fingers, and that's how you can really see the difference that your circular polarizer makes. And you can just turn that until you get the desired effect. There's no right or wrong way in doing that. Sometimes you want to get a really dark looking foreground, other times you actually want to pick up some of that reflection. So you really just spin the polarizer until you're sort of happy with that effect. Okay, we'll slide our graduated filter in. It will go in the second slot away from the camera, because in the first slot from the camera we're going to put our 6-stop filter. So we'll put our graduated filter in first. We'll slide that down. And when I slide my graduated filter down, I'm just watching the live view screen on the back of the camera and really seeing how far I need to slide that filter down until I get the desired effect I'm after. A lot of people push their graduated filter down way too far. You really don't need to do that. So really, using live view and really watching the back screen is a good idea when you're sliding your graduated filter down. So for me, I've only got to slide it down not very far at all. That's actually far enough there to balance out my sky. And when I look at my histogram on my back screen, I've got a really evenly balanced exposure here, so it looks really good. So I'll just pick up my focus in the foreground here. I'm going to focus on one of these rocks that's quite close to the camera. I'm shooting on f8 here. I shoot a lot on f8 and f11, are probably the 2 most common apertures that I use for my landscape shots. So I've picked up manual focus on that rock, which is quite close to the camera. I've got my graduated filter into position. If I wanted to, this is where I could actually use the lock system on this new holder and sort of tilt my filter to that side a little bit, just so it sort of balances the light out a bit, and then just lock it into place. So then what I'm going to do is I always take a test shot. So I take a test shot first to work out the shutter speed that I need. And the shutter speed at the moment at at f8, I apologise, is 3.2 seconds. So if I take that shot there now, 3.2 seconds, I have not yet put my ND filter into place yet. So I'm just taking this as a test shot. It looks really good, the test shot, so I know the exposure is perfect. What I'll now do is I will get my Nisi Filters exposure app and work out exactly what I need to do to get the exposure spot on for the 6-stop filter. So my test shot was 3.2 seconds long, and with a 6-stop filter, that's actually going to give me an exposure of 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So I'm going to shoot that now, and we'll show you the final image, and you can see the finished result. Okay guys, so that's about a wrap on what we're going to do today. We'll show you the image there and we'll just explain a little bit about how that filters work there for you. As you can see, we look at that image there now, we've used a 6-stop filter and you can see that's really given that nice smooth silky look to the image, and the graduated filters sort of brought down the exposure there on the sky to really balance out the exposure. It's nice and even. Okay guys, well that's about a wrap today on the new Nisi V6 100mm filter holder system. I hope you found that interesting and I hope you are as impressed with the new V6 system as what I am. I'm just going to give you my overview, what I think of the system. I've always been a fan of Nisi filters. I've been using the Nisi system now for a number of years. I strongly believe I get to see all the different brands and lots of different gear from the camera market, and I see all the different brands of filter systems on my workshop. So I get hundreds of clients every year attending my workshop, so I get to see all the different filter systems, and there's some really good filter systems on the market these days. But I have to say that I believe that the Nisi system is without a doubt the market leader. And in particular this new V6 system, it just ticks all the boxes. What's the standout for me with Nisi? Well, the first thing is ease of use. This system is just so easy to use. It's very operator friendly. Secondly is quality. The build quality of the Nisi product, and in particular the new system, is actually really premium, very good. So don't hesitate to go out and buy the new V6 system or Nisi filters in general. You just can't go wrong. They are the best product in the market today, in my opinion. Well guys, if you'd like to buy any Nisi products, you can head to my website. Also, if you'd like to learn more about my photography workshops and tours, you can have a look at those on my website. Go to the store, you can purchase Nisi filters, Sarui tripods, and also Sunway photo products from there. And you can also go to the website and check out my photography tours and workshops and have a look there. My website is brettwoodphotos.com. That's it guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching.